My first serious date was with a girl of 14. She was visiting an aunt in Corinth Springs, along with an older sister, who in turn was dating my best friend, Charles Mullins. I was invited along to accompany the younger sister, Marguerite, or Boots as she was called. We got along very well. Unfortunately, she soon returned to her home in Austin. However, she came to visit again, and we were to know each other for a number of years. Unfortunately, she married another. This was a process that was due to repeat itself in my life. Young girls grew up and they wanted to get married. I was not financially able to get married, and I didn't want to get married. Again, remember the old song, Love and Marriage. Here's a picture of Boots, and a picture of your father and your
there's Mom.
Harriet and myself and beautiful Boots. Q-Bell. Now there was a woman. Q-Bell was unique. A lone grandmother who ran a boarding house in Corinth Springs raised her. I began dating her when she was in high school, and I was seeking a peripatetic education at the University of Texas. It was a question of attending a semester and dropping out to work and hopefully save enough money to survive for a semester of education. I was not very successful at it, but I tried. Remember, I dated her off and on until she graduated. Remember, younger girl. She was several years younger than I. No one knew much about her past. When in the Navy, years later, I had occasion to visit with her older sister, who lived in Los Angeles. I strongly suspect that Q-Bell was her child, perhaps born out of wedlock and perhaps later raised by her grandmother. Her so-called sister had been remarried. Q-Bell later went to Los Angeles and married and bore a child. She came back to Texas with her child to stay with her grandmother, who had moved to Catula, a short distance from Corinth Springs. I was then back from New Mexico and working and had a reliable job in Corinth Springs. Found time to visit her several times. She was a wonderful girl and we had some wonderful time together. But I had no thought of getting married. World War II came along, and after that it was a year or so. When I had leave back from the Navy, I visited with her in Austin. She was attending the University of Texas. The grandmother had the baby. What a woman. I found she not only had taken care of her mother, but apparently had raised her as a child, and now she was having her grandchild. Q-Bell was attending the University of Texas. Grandmother had the baby. I found out after that Q-Bell married again, this time to an old schoolmate who was in the Army. I mentioned my interrupted education, University of Texas. Having no money and no car, I had very little social life. The pictures I have of those times are few in number. One was taken with a young lady and I walking between classes. I dated her a few times, went to church with her, but neither of us were anything but friends. I later found out she married an Aggie.
Wait a minute. She wasn't worth it anyway.
What a fate. Fate worse than death. And these are all pictures of Q-Bell. She was a good-looking babe. Weren't they all?